Hello, everyone. This is Eddie King Smith IV. That one who's been making all these interesting videos. This is the video I needed to do. It's important just to go over and knock out some of the bigger questions about the light of days. Okay. I've discussed several times the formula for how light turns into matter, and how two photons phase lock by frequency and by sine wave modulation into a dual spin system, causing feedback of energy to crystallize the slower traversed photon, causing crystallization into a subatomic particle that acts as a resonator, causing other subatomic matter with the dual spin of like and unlike spin embedded into it to lattice into what we know as slowed light, which is matter. Okay. And what I'm going to attempt to do is to explain in detail how how we resurrect and how the earth responds and how everything's made out of light. And just like it says, there's much to learn, but it begins with this. Okay. And this is particularly for all of the children who ask the question, of how does it work, and what opportunities are there, and like my daughter, whom I love, the princess of the United Nations, asks, how time mechanics work so that she can build a time machine. I'm going to explain it to you guys. Okay, so we're going to start with this. Okay, now, as you guys know, we exist in galaxies that resonate along, or that show signs of Fibonacci or phi. And what it is it's a photonic visual of its substrate harmonic resonance that's being generated and causing the light photons to slow and to rest in this orbit, forming a circuit of polarization, slowing polarization into matter in an orbit, growing, and then eventually by coagulation, growing to a point where mass is then consumed and then depolarized in the same way that it happens in the beginning. That energy is then fed back in a as it's depolarized from alternating current light matter back into direct current light energy, and forced to reverse along its trajectory back into into the pit of the abyss. Let's put it that way. Okay. So I don't know. You can take a look there. I've done a whole videos about this. In the beginning, I was doing videos teaching a lot about this and how this works, and you can use this as an example of. It's actually, well, it is what it is. It's a gift for God Almighty from His Son Eddie. Anyway, I break down in how everything works for everyone, even my dad. Anyway, who gave this information to me, by the way? A dream. Anyway, so let me explain. So it's all about harmonics and polarization by way of harmonic locking. No, I'm not here just to show you some macaroni pictures here. I'm going to get into the depth of it. These are just some examples. Now, here I had discussed before, and I've done a bunch of videos about this and about different uh, mechanics that are possible in a photonic universe. And there's just some examples of successive cycles of orbits of dimensions. When you consider the fact that all of the light, alternating current light matter, is really just in an orbit along its circuit up until it gets from resurrection, or sorry, from creation up until it gets to its consummation point. Then you realize that every successive orbit is a successive scion or dimension, and after you realize that it's photonic and that it's governed by laws of the nature of our light, um, then you can comprehend ways of modification or successfully providing by righteous law of trust the will of the authoritative party onto each successive cycle. And so this is just an example of alpha and what I call alpha and omega temporal dimensioning. And it's an example of how do I put this? Of how you can use different tools like intertwining temporal pathways in order to escape consummation, to build a sanctuary, a safety for the righteous and holy away from consummation. At the same time, to protect all tables of and all parties of an actual, real, true, eternal, holy, eternal, perpetual trust, which is what I'm trying to turn the unum sanctum trust into. And in what I'm trying to teach you guys is a concept that's it's hard to comprehend, but it's what is true. Okay. Now, first thing I want to talk to you about is along the lines of the formula is photonic modulation and geometric transition. Okay. I'm going to go over some notes that I would put together as far as my theory that I believe, after really looking at them, are really give a fundamental construct of the physics schema that I'm trying to propose, that everything is to answer why we see phi 1.168 written into everything we see. It's like screaming at us. Okay, photonic modulation and geometric transition. The transition of a propagation photon from a linear wave to a localized triangular geometry is modeled by a nonlinear sine wave velocity modulation function. As velocity drops below the vacuum constant, C, the phase velocity, Vp, undergoes modulation. And there's a formula, detailed formula for you real math nerds. I love you. Okay, do your thing. I just explain it. Okay, and then you guys do your thing. Okay, have at it. Okay, but I'm gonna give you math nerds some love here, and I'm gonna give you some help here right now. Okay, so when you close your eyes and you're doing your math nerd thing, come on, we all do. Anyway, when you're doing your math nerd thing, you have to incorporate harmonics. You have to be able to actually hear it too, not just see it. You have to be able to hear it. So there you go. Thank you. I love you very much. Do your thing. Okay, to continue. And also, if I make a mistake, I need some glasses. My eyes are not so good. After staring at this little ugly phone for 7 years. To continue, where A, where A is damping coefficient, and can't make out what that is the spatial phase. To transition the photon's topology from a standard sinusoidal transverse wave into a triangular geometric structure, we apply Fourier's series constraint. A perfect triangular wave requires odd harmonic synthesis. And there's the formula for that. Okay, math nerds, do your thing. Okay. To continue. Number 2, harmonic resonance coupling and vortex genesis 369. When a faster photon traverses the slower triangular photon, they undergo harmonic resonance coupling. This is governed by a nonlinear coupling coefficient, K, restricted to the triadic polarization intervals 369. The equation below shows clearly the formula of the proposed harmonic resonance coupling. This coupling, it triggers a topological phase transition, creating a dual spin EMF vortex. We model this as a self-reinforcing counter-rotating Sultan system using modified Navier-Stokes Maxwell fluid equations for an irrotational vortex field. And there's your equations. And what I want to say is this is a and when the polarization takes place and the traversing photon polarizes, connects by harmonic resonance, and then it's forced to follow the geometry of the slower photon and its polarization as we comprehend that in modern science. It is also forced to gain vortex spin, and when it comes out, that transfer of energy, or that the energy that is lost of the faster moving light photon, it's not lost energy. It has to go somewhere. So by the law of thermodynamics, it's forced to feed back along its trajectory, and in exactly the same way that it went through is the same way that that energy, that feedback energy, is forced to polarize by harmonic coupling back along the same bandwidth of which it traversed. And so that is how the dual spin is created. And I tell you, you math nerds, you need to close your eyes and you need to see some photons in your head, and you need to be able to use sound to make them modulate. And then congratulations, welcome to my world. And then it just goes from there. Next thing you know, you're latticing your first hydrogen. And I'm so proud of you. Anyway, so that's explaining that. To continue onward, man. Again, there's the equations for that. Next up. Okay. Okay. Intriguing. To continue that, this shows where the vorticity vector ensuring zero net angular momentum across the total trajectory matrix, enabling energy feedback along the path, which is what I just discussed, is what this equation shows. If you have questions when I'm not shadow banned, go ahead and put them down there. And what I want mine elect to do is I want mine elect to study these the questions that are in the comments once we're finally done with this shadow banning and I destroy this lot of rebellious I'm dealing with. But I want to make sure this is clear. Math nerds, righteous, wise man of Israel. There you go, lighter days. Okay, to continue. Thermodynamic mass coagulation. Okay? Okay, MC times 5. Okay? Okay, the energy traversed from the slowing traversing photon into the vortex matrix must satisfy the first and second laws of thermodynamics. The localized zero-point energy density, P times Z PE, condenses evenly along the spatial nodes of the golden ratio harmonic substrate. Yes, and that's how it's a resonance emitter. But to continue, there's the equation for the thermodynamic mass coagulation. Math nerds. Look. Yeah, the holy grail from math nerds I give to you. Who loves you, math nerds? Christ loves you. That's who. Yahweh. He loves you. He give you power. He give you mucho power. Mucho power. Okay, to continue. Because your 2 formula is maximally irrotational, it provides the lowest possible destructive interference threshold, allowing energy to crystallize without radiating away. The localized mass energy equivalent, the subatomic triangular M seed, is defined by integrating this localized density. And here's the formula for that below. Okay. There it is. Where the shown is the golden ratio the golden ratio spatial envelope function. This exact expression populates the center of my primary equation, E equals Y2 HF phi equals MC C squared. Okay, and that's explaining the alternating current into, the energy or light photons into alternating current light matter slowing, and then that, as we comprehend matter back into energy, it's the same thing. It's a consummation. It's when getting eaten by the black hole. It's depolarization and then feedback, mathematically defined along the circuit. And there's some some hacks, ways to, to hack the circuit. Okay, but to continue. Okay. All right. Number 4. That's where we're at. Yes. Number 4. Alternating current, AC matter latticing. Okay, you may have seen my video. Simulating the process of latticing light into to all elements, and I'll go ahead and I'm going to put links into the video. This type of video, it's going to require for a lot of people AI assistance, artificial intelligence assistance. The artificial intelligence will need to get access to view the equations that have been proposed, and we'll also need to be able to go into the description to get the links of the corresponding associated videos that go along with this detailed evidencing of the light of days by Eddie King Smith IV, the capitalized king. So to continue, let's go ahead and we'll continue into the next section. Again, alternating current, AC matter latticing. Matter acts as localized alternating current, AC light blocks, where photons are trapped in self-oscillating orbital configurations. The spatial latticing of these seed particles into hydrogen and higher elements follow a discretized Fibonacci nodal tensor. Okay, the equation below, where the here to represent the spatial coordinate matrix of the atomic nodes. Okay, and I want to say, for a little bit of clarity here, this carbon of light crystallized, then latticing into all elements that we know, into what we know, resonates along the harmonic of the universe. The universe's substrate, growing and coagulating as it's flowing through its orbit, always going from its resurrection. It's two terminations. It's resurrection termination, where it turns back from direct current light back into alternating current light matter, and then flowing upwards, gaining, pretty much. It's loading up the same way it always does. And whereas the light and what is matter is in flow along this circuit, always heading to its consummation, to be reborn again, and to be depolarized, to turn back into direct current light, to flow down the center of the abyss as the alternating current light is then sped, or is at its fastest, at its recreation or resurrection point, but then it's always slowing down to gain its mass. Now, why do I put this out here? Because the harmonic substrate, this is important because the harmonic substrate is strongest when it's resurrected. And that is why life will bloom and blossom and live longer, because the resonant harmonic substrate is just so strong. It makes everything grow so well. And that might be why there's record of in history of things living and being so much greater and living longer and having more molecular coherence by the abundance of the resonant harmonic substrate at the time of resurrection. Now, as the planet is reborn and as it is flowing in orbit, basically descending in speed as it ascends the outside of the vortex, this descendant Earth now is on its path to consummation, always slowing down from its fastest point at the bottom. And now what happens is when it reaches consummation and depolarization by getting eaten, or just, or just at the end of its thread count, and it will come. It always comes at the same point. So then what happens is that direct current light is then funneled down back in the feedback pathway. And that feedback pathway is going so much faster that it actually passes, and it passes the alternating light current matter on its way slowly descending up. And that allows for an anomaly where the future, the light of the future, can be seen, and that is how you can look into that feedback energy and see the future. And so I do want to mention that. Give me a minute, okay? All right. So I gotta speed this up. Okay, so that's important to know because that is how modification can be made, and that's how our Father in Heaven, Yahweh, that's how he uses the direct current light to modify things. That's how we were all created many cycles ago. So now to continue. I've explained the alternating current matter latticing, and I've explained the anomaly of consummated light moving faster in feedback than alternating current light moving up. That effect gives the ability to have knowledge of predestination from day one of a resurrected earth. Keep that in mind. And that is how our Father tells the ending from the beginning. And that is something for everyone to really think about thinking about if they just decide they don't want to be part of the eternal trust. And if they wish to be a part of a rebellion against he who can destroy not just the spirit but the soul. Okay, number 5. Critical mass and depolarization. AC to direct, alternating current to direct current. As matter accumulates, the localized AC orbital network approaches a critical mass density threshold. Okay, P times crit. Dictated by the upper bound of the gravimetrical harmonic binding energy. Okay, so again, and here is for critical mass and depolarization is a detailed mathematical formula for my math nerds. Do your thing. For my wise man of Israel being raised up, you know what to do. You should know what to do. For my inventors, those who are going to be weird like me and start grabbing crystals and making amazing things, come on now. Better be awesome. Okay, there's the formula for that. Okay, to continue, upon breaching the aforementioned, the system undergoes depolarization. The bound AC wave functions collapse back into linear, unbound direct current light propagation as stated. And there's the formula for that. To continue. Ooh. Oh yeah, here's something important. Whoever puts up security for a stranger will surely suffer, but whoever refuses to shake hands and pledge is safe. I've been talking about that. Anybody suffering? Any guys suffering? Anybody suffering? Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, little ones, I love you so much. I think this is all I have here. This is kind of the breakdown. Okay. I think there's some more. But what am I saying here? So let's go back here. Here's what I'm saying. Okay. We keep coming back. Okay. And what we're going to do, everybody's going to take their place in the royal administration. Everybody's going to go ahead and they're going to go ahead and they're going to use they're going to go ahead and use the technology I made. You're going to go ahead and use that. Okay. So what am I saying here? Well, what I mean is that you're going to go ahead and you're going to watch these other associated videos that I put. I put the links. I'm going to put the links in the discovery or in the description. You're going to go ahead and watch these. You're going to learn about how light turns into matter. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to read this information about the life technology raiments that I put together for everybody. Then what you're going to do is you're going to see where the ankh is and how it works. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to put on the nice ornaments that I made for everybody. And then everybody's going to go ahead and do what they're supposed to do. And everybody's going to be happy. So anyway, that's why I'm here. And this is how light turns into matter, exactly. And how to comprehend the resurrection and the consummation and the polarization and depolarization, and how it all intertwines with how God manages our universe. So that's what's going on. If you have any questions, leave a message. And again, I love you all. And this goes along with what I've been teaching, which is KATHOLICOS LUMEN Cycleology. It's Latin. It means the Universal Light Cycle Study. And this is what you need to learn. And this is the Light of Days, Eddie King Smith IV. Rex 4 Day Sancte Lux. Have a good one.